How you guys doing, man? A lot of people have asked me about my story. So, I'm gonna tell y'all about me. I'm gonna start when I was like 17. Got into basketball. And I was into it deep. First, first, let me say, my mom was a single parent, but dad was never there. It was me and my brother. Um, it was hard growing up, real hard. You know what I'm saying? My mom did the best she could. You know, um, I seen that while I was in high school. I seen kids with Jordans, kids with all types of shoes, nice shoes coming in first day of school. Me, I had Reebok Classics. Yeah, I'm like, yo, why is it that I can't get the things that other kids get? I thought about it. The other kids got a dad. So I started thinking to myself, I'm gonna help my mom. I'm gonna become the best basketball player that it ever was. Those was the dreams. But I did become a good basketball player. I started when I was like 15, playing AAU ball. Then I went to high school, and from the 8th grade to the 9th grade, I was on varsity. Came straight up. I was dunking in middle school, so you know what I'm saying, averaging 15 points a game. So they put me right there into varsity, and I showed my tail in varsity, Riverside High School, Durham, North Carolina. I showed my tail. You know what I'm saying? I averaged 22 points a game. You know, I did my thing. Won dunk contests, won trips. You know what I'm saying? I really did my thing. And then I got a scholarship to Winston-Salem State my senior year. This is when it all began. Once I got my scholarship, I went to Winston-Salem State. My brother kept telling me that, you know, I'm in Winston-Salem State studying to be a chef, you know what I'm saying, culinary art school. And, you know, I kept getting phone calls from my brother telling me my mom was sick. She wasn't taking her medicine. So, one weekend I went home. Now, mind you, I was in Winston-Salem State for 6 months. But when I went home, I couldn't do knowing that my mom is sick and me in school. So, you know, I said, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back next semester. I should have. Well, I can't say I should have, because I was able to spend more time with my mother before she passed. But I wish I'd have stayed. And there's other reasons why I didn't stay. And, you know, one is because of my father coming up there acting like he put that basketball in my hand. Talking about the coach, talking to the coach, telling him I need to be starting, I need to be this. But he don't know that the coach already talked to me and told me that I was going to be taking somebody's position. So, you know, I mean, that's crazy, but that was another reason why I didn't go back. But, okay, starting when I went back home. I went back home to Durham, North Carolina, from Winston-Salem, and spending time with my mom, chilling, got a job, relaxing. And I messed around and got fired. Well, no, Let me rephrase that. I quit because of the boss. But, there was no reason for me not to go get a job. The reason why I didn't go back and get another job was I seen all this money my brother was bringing in. Now, my brother is Glenn McFadden. He was the best brother that I could ever have. He taught me a lot about life. I messed around and got into the drug game. Wish I never had, but I did. And being young, seeing all this money come, man, I was 20 years old and counted my first $50,000. Seeing a lot of money. But with money came problems. And the type of problems that I didn't need. Especially going to school, trying to go back to school and stuff. And the problems was the police. Because of me selling drugs. So, I can't say that they was the problem. I was actually the problem. Because I was selling drugs. They was trying to stop it. But, I went through a lot of little situations out there selling drugs in the streets in Curlwood community in Durham, North Carolina. Messed around and went to jail. I didn't go to prison yet, but I went to jail. And they had my lawyer got me the STAR program. The STAR program is a 40-day program, 45-day program that you sit in jail for 45 days and you get out on probation. So I did that. And at the end of my little 45-day sentence, I say it was like I had 41 days in. My brother came up and told me that, he gonna have a big party for me when I get out and everything. But that same night, my brother got shot 9 times. He got shot over a card game. And I know if I was out, there's no way he would have got shot. There's no way. You just don't see it. But I wasn't. And I blame myself. I blame myself. That was the first real death that hurt me. It hurt me. But I went on. And I really started crying. The dude that shot my brother only got 3 years. 3 to 5 sentence. He did 3 years. And I went after him. He kept moving. Couldn't find him. Thank God I couldn't find him. Because if I would have found him, no, let me rephrase that. I found him one time at K&W. He was working at K&W. I do remember. Me and my mom was going in. The whole family, actually. My uncle, my cousin Faye that was with me now, that I live with up here in Atlanta. Everybody, it was Thanksgiving. We went, ate, because they was in town. So, we went and ate. And he was working there. I went ham. I was young. I kept heat. Kept that gun on me at all times. I ran to the car. And I told my family, y'all go ahead. I'ma stay. But as I was saying that, evidently he had already bounced out the back door because I stayed there all night. Excuse me. Sorry. I stayed there all night. And it closed and he never came out. So he had done left. But I got back to hustling, grinding hard, making good money. Messed around and got caught with $50,000 and an ounce of coke. They couldn't charge me with the coke because of where I had it, but they took my money. Then hit me with a conspiracy charge. So I went and got a lawyer, and my lawyer told the judge about everything, about me being in school, me being a star athlete, me this, me that. Because they was going for 23 years. 23 years in prison. Woo, that would have been hell. But they took a little leniency and they gave me 7 years. So I did 7 years. Sitting back in prison, hardcore prison. They moved me 4 or 5 different times. And I landed at I landed at Sanford Correction. And then another person died in my life. Alright. Sorry for the interruption. But where was I? Okay. I was in Raleigh. I gets out of Raleigh, 2016. Soon as I get out, I promised God that I wouldn't sell anymore. Go get a job. Stop everything so I could make my mom proud. Now, mind you, my mom is sick now. She's in the hospital, can't walk, can't talk, can't do anything. Her husband, Henry Johnson, my stepfather, he was there ever since I was 14. I love him, but I hate him. It's real. I love him, but I hate him. And my mom tried her best to find us a father. Henry was there. I can't say Henry was there. But I loved him, but I hated him. And now my mom's sick in a hospital. I can't say he was there every day. Every day. And mess around. I'm working now. I lost my job. I'm like, yo, can't find a job nowhere. Let me go back. The reason why I lost my job was because of a heart attack. I had a heart attack at PBM Graphics. Now, I was working there for like 6 months, PBM Graphic and Walmart. I was 6 months for both of them. When I had my heart attack, I was in the hospital for a week. And it was on the job, so, they knew I had a heart attack and everything. They fired me. As soon as I got out of the hospital, I went back and I was fired. They let me go. Went to Walmart. How did they know? I don't know. But they knew that I was in the hospital and they said they had to let me go. Boom. Now, a black man in a struggle been in the struggle since he was 13 years old. Grinding, trying to make ends meet for his mom. Now that, you know, I'm older, I was older, I'm like, yo, it's time to do something else. So I started looking for a job. Looking for a job, man. Couldn't find one nowhere. I said to myself, whoa, this is crazy. They throwing child support on me, but I can't find a job. You know what I'm saying? Now, when I say child support, I haven't told y'all that part yet. Let me get to that. I'm finna go to tell you that, and then I start finishing this. Now, child support. Me, when I was younger, I was 21. I met Pam, her. We had 2 kids. Loved her to death. Loved her to death. But back then, I was a true hustler. Wasn't working, hustled, big house, cars. This is Pam and my daughter Portia, and me, Pam, and Portia at her graduation. We stayed in contact when I went to college. And while I was up in college, I know she was down here doing her thing, and I was up there doing mine. I met Nancy Duke. Nancy, she's a model, majored in psychology, smart girl, beautiful, but crazy, okay? I messed around and had a baby by Nancy. Deja, my beautiful Deja. But when we came from college, when I came and moved down here, she wanted to move down here. So she moved down here. But moved to Durham. Pam was still in the picture. And she knew about Pam. It won't like she didn't know about Pam because I told her about Pam. Excuse me. But I told her about Pam. So, But she took off because of Pam and moved to Texas with my child. Heartbroken. That's my first child. I was heartbroken, man. My baby girl. Told my baby girl that I was dead. You know what I'm saying? Feel this now. Told my baby girl that I was dead. That hurt. Couldn't contact her. I couldn't see her. I couldn't do nothing. So it hurt. And my shoulders fell on Pam. My head fell on Pam's shoulders. Let me rephrase that. So, me and Pam, we stayed together for 9 years. We had 2 kids. Portia and Junior, my babies. She's a model.